You get good days and you get bad days in business. Today is a bad day. This is Every Trade Behind the Build, episode 27. So welcome back to another episode of Every Trade Behind the Build. This wasn't the episode I was planning to make this week. However, something happened this morning that's changed the complexity, the whole look of my day. I checked the bank account, as I always do when I wake up in the morning, and I noticed that £48,000 had left our accounts that we weren't planning on. What's happened is we bought some kit and a van a while back using the same finance facility, but we deferred the first payment, the VAT, for 3 months, and I forgot that it was all coming out this week. So we forecast our cash flow for 2 weeks roughly, and it's hard in this game because there's a roller coaster. Some money comes in, some money comes out. Some days you're feeling flush, other days you feel poor. However, we can kind of know where we're going to be 1 week to the next, and I know that £48,000 is required, especially as next week is a short week. And you know what I feel about bank holiday weeks. All your direct debits come out on the Tuesday, and they double up and it can ruin all your cash flow for that week. So I just thought that it might be interesting to join us on the journey of trying to pull in some of that money, or even all that money, to make sure that hole in our cash flow is plugged. I did say when I started these episodes, I want it to be warts and all. I want to show what it's really like running businesses. Let's see how we get on. So when I woke up this morning, I needed the loo. When you get to my time of life, sometimes you get up in the middle of the night for the toilet, but this is about 5 a.m. and normally I don't check my emails or check the bank at that time because I just don't want to know. However, for some mad reason I did, and then I thought it was a mistake, and I was clicking it, and I logged out the bank, logged back in, and I saw it. I was like, whoa, what's happened there? And then it dawned on me that these direct debits had come out. So I was bang away there. I got up and went for a bit of a walk, and I thought, right, I need to get into the office and attack this straight away. So this is what I'm going to try and do. So the first thing I'm going to do, and I've been in this position before, so I'm not going to panic. I know there'll be a way around it. Well, luckily we had the money there to pay the direct debits, and you know, it would have been worse if it had bounced. So that's gone. However, there's a massive hole in our cash flow now. So what I'm going to do, I'm looking at our invoices that are outstanding at the moment, and I'm just going through and seeing where we're at from like a cash flow position. And there's quite a bit to be collected. You know, we've got over 160 odd grand that's outstanding, and not all that's due, and some of that's not due for a couple of weeks. But what I'm going to try and do is identify ones that are due this week but normally would be paid, say, at the back end of the week. And I'm going to pick those, and I'm going to speak to the project managers that are on them jobs. I'm going to ask them, so Paul, Charlotte, Katie, I'm going to ask them to contact their customers and just be honest and say, we've got a bit of a situation, we've had to pay something early. Don't want to sound desperate, but would you mind settling your invoice a bit earlier on this week? And most of the time, and I've done this before, they are more than happy to, because it's based on progress. We bill a week in arrears, so it's based on progress last week, so they've got something tangible to show it. So the first thing I'm going to try and do is sweat as much money out of our overdue due invoices as possible. I've noticed that one company owes us a few quid as well, so I'm going to get onto them, and not going to fall out with them because they do pay, but I'm going to ask them if they can just settle up rather than really turn it up straight away. So hopefully a big part of the solution to our problems is in our accounts package. So whilst I'm reviewing this and seeing what I can do and getting my begging cap out, over at Project Cranborne we're making some heavy progress, and Hollywood is changing his role a little bit. Let's have a look.
Good morning, it's Hollywood, always up to no good. I'm here at our site called Project Cranborne. I'm gonna go see my good friends Adam and Steve, and they're gonna tell us what they're up to today. I'm here at Project Cranborne, and I'm going to be introducing my good friend from Oldham, Adam, and he's going to talk us through.
Don't tell people that, yeah.
And I'm going to talk you guys through. He's going to talk us through what's happening here today. So, Adam, what's happening here today?
So, hi, I'm Adam, the other half of Adam and Steve. So today we're doing the knock through down at Cranborne. First of all, we've got to remove the original steel that was in, which has also been a knock through done at a later date after the property has been built. We've got to get that steel down and then get the two big ones up. Big ones being 2 ton altogether. So yeah, the biggest we've done up to date, yeah, isn't it?
Yeah, it is.
So we'll be getting the steels up in place today, bolted in, at least one of them up in place. We might not get the other one up in place, and then get most of the knock through done. And that's us for today.
Good to see that project moving on. I love Adam and Eve, as I always say, proper boys, proper grafters, and I know that job's in safe hands with them. I thought my day couldn't get any worse. Obviously I'm working through this hole in the cash flow, and made a bit of progress on that. We managed to get a little bit in, so I'll update you on that in a minute. But I've just had a call in from one of the sites where all we're doing is clearing down the site, and we had a little issue with a drain not being connected on them new build properties that we did. And anyway, we've managed to clip the cable. I don't know how, because we used a CAT scanner and everything, nothing came up. Managed to clip an old supply cable, and the power's gone off. So obviously we've downed tools and we've called in the utility supplier, and they're coming out now, and hopefully they'll just sort it and they'll take pity on us. But maybe I'll be expecting a bill there. But I mean, these things happen, and the guys are okay, no one's injured. We've cordoned off the area, but it's just one of them days, and you do get one of these days in business. It's absolutely chucking it down outside as well. So we've had to stand about 7 guys down. Like, I remember I used to get these days in the early days where I just felt like everything would be on top of me and everything would go against us, and that can then spill into a week and a month. But now, with experience, I realise that that's just one of those things, and you get these days and they come and go, and hopefully things will sort itself out. So we've managed to get 9 grand in up to now, which is not bad for 45 minutes. One of our customers has basically settled up straight away their invoice that Paul and Charlotte reached out, so that's amazing. And that's another great reason to have good relationships with your customers, just an honest and open relationship. So still got quite a bit to find, and I'm going to bell Alex in a minute and see what the cash position is like across the group of companies, because we're in a very fortunate position that we've got multiple companies that we can move cash about should we need to. But I'm still hopeful that we can work the outstanding invoices and pull some more money in. But yeah, someday. So, bit of an update. That company I was telling you about before that owed us quite a bit of money. It was actually about 14k, which is a bit more than I thought. They've said they will square up tomorrow, so that'll be okay, because we don't need that money right now, and they've promised me, and I know they will do. So by my reckoning there, quick maths, 25k we need to find now. So yeah, that's a pretty good result. That I'm pretty happy with that. So that just shows, again, if you maintain good relationships with your customers, and you can get on the phone to them. I know the director of that company quite well, and I just called him and said, look, can you do us a favour and explain what had happened? And he said, yeah, Sam, we'll sort it. He said, leave it with me and I'll make sure you get paid by the morning. So up to now, 25k to find. And what time is it now? It's 11:30, so not doing bad really. It just shows that if you crack a few heads and make a few phone calls, you can pull money in. So I'm not worried yet. Over at Project Moss, one of our other extensions, the kitchen fitters are now in. Well, I say kitchen fitters, they're just Rob and Matt, which are two of our elite tradesmen that do all our second and final fixed joinery, and they're making some nice progress. So yeah, come back on Sunday to see how that job gets on. As I said before, Matt and Rob, elite. I've got some great lads working for us, and they're two of the best. I really want you to get to meet the rest of our team. That some of them are a bit camera shy, and it'll take them a while to warm up. But now they're seeing the episodes are doing quite well. A few more of them want to be on camera. So yeah, come back Sunday to see that. Someone messaged me, a subscriber, and then they messaged me on Instagram, which is every_trade. And they were basically saying they want to grow and try and win more work. And they were talking about who does our social media marketing. And they'd asked me if I could put them in touch with someone. But I actually said, look, I do it all. And the reason I do it all is because I feel like I know my company better than anyone. And I've said the same thing. I've said it on here before, and I've said it to everyone that ever asked me. You need to be consistent. One post on across your social media platforms every day. A picture, a video, keep the content varied, tell the story. So I thought it might be interesting if I try and do a post in real time to show you that you can make a post out of anything on your phone, because this guy said he hasn't got that much content, but I did say to him, you could make a post out of anything. Yeah, so what I do when I go around sites and take pictures, or when the other project managers and the tradesmen send me pictures, I always save them. And come round here, Hollywood, I'll show you. What I do is I put them in a folder in my phone called SM Assets, which that's my beautiful daughter Harmony. SM Assets, which is social media assets. So anything to do with the business, pictures of the guys working, me and Alex there. Looks like I'm crying there. What the hell is going on there? Things like that. Anything. There you go. Look at that. Ainsley Harriet, little job we did for him, and he wrote us a thank you. That's my wife, Rachel. But anything random that's connected to the business. Look, some of it's quite boring, but I could write a post about pretty much anything, I believe, and I've used some of these already and some of them haven't. So thought it might be interesting to do a little experiment. So what I'm going to do, I'm going to scroll these up and down like that to show you I've got loads here, and I'm going to scroll up and down, and then I'm going to get Hollywood to say stop, and I'm going to, whatever picture my finger lands on, I'll move my finger about. That's the one I'll write a post on. So go on, Hollywood, go.
Stop.
Cash flow. Okay, right. So that's actually a graphic asset that I've made, that I've done myself actually. So I'm going to write something on that. So let me think. Yeah. So cash flow. Okay. So what I do I go into Business Suite and I'll click on that, new post. And I set it to post on Facebook and Instagram at the same time, And I've got like an email signature that I always use that I've got in my notes, copy and paste that, which basically, if you look there, Hollywood, just says our aim is to set the standard. Anyone that follows us on Instagram will know. So I've got that. So I'll go into my pictures and I'll attach the one, the cash flow one. You seen that, Hollywood? There. Okay. So done, attach that. And I'm gonna write something and I'm gonna say, welcome aboard the, my spelling's bad, I'm dyslexic, have I ever told you that? The cash flow roller coaster. How about that? And I'm gonna say the mission is free. And then I'm gonna use, I think there's a roller coaster emoji here. I'm gonna say some ride being in business, but what I'm going to say is I want to put a positive spin in it, because I don't want people thinking that A, we've got cash flow problems, and B, I've just thought this is really ironic based on what we're talking about today. I don't want people to think we've got cash flow problems, but I'm just going to put on it some ride being in business, however, I love it. So there you go. So if you come around here, Hollywood, if you look here, so I've put, welcome aboard the cash flow roller coaster, the admission is free, some ride being in business, however, I love it. Next, publish, job done. So that post might not do anything. I think it'll probably appeal more to the sort of business you guys actually that are watching, most of you guys. The internet's so slow in it, it's going to take a while to publish, but I think that it's varying up the kind of post we put on. Tomorrow I might put on a post of a kitchen being installed. The day after I might put a picture up of the grab truck working. But the idea is you can create content from anything in your phone. Trust me, I wish I had more random picture come up because I could have shown you, but I believe there's content everywhere. So if you're not posting on social media every day, if you haven't got a social media account, get one and do it. It's so much easier than you think, and honestly all you're doing is being transparent and telling the story of your business, in this case behind the build. So I like to do behind the build and in front of the build, which is the actual jobs. So get on it, honestly. If you need advice, reach out and I'll try my best to help you. Still posting this rubbish internet. Anyway, I need to try and get some money in. So it's nice to see that job cracking on. We are busy sort of across the board, not as busy as I want us to be, but so many jobs. It feels like they're at the same stage, which is like the second fix stuff. So we've got a busy summer and the pipeline is looking pretty good. Not as busy as I want it to look, but it's getting there. So money wise, let me tell you where we're up to. So we managed to get in another 11k. So we've now got 14k left now. What we're at now, it's 4:15. I don't really think I'm going to get much more in that I know about. We've got like the rest of the week to try and do this, but I wanted to sort of document how it was going to be in doing it today. So 14k, and I reckon we can pull a few of the little bits in, some grabs that are owed for and stuff like that. What I've done is I've had a chat with Alex, my business partner, Alex Riddick, who you've met on our other episodes, and we've got money in other companies in the group that we can shift across. So I've looked at the direct debits. I've got all my direct debits listed for the week. I've looked at the direct debits that are still to come out, and I think that if I can get this other 14 in, we're okay. So considering we had a 48k hole in our cash flow this morning, and now we're down to 14, which we can cover internally, I'm pretty pleased with that. And that is the power of owning this group of companies that we do, because if one has an issue like today, it's the episide side of the business, the construction side, then the other businesses can step up, and it gives me real security and gives me confidence to keep growing these businesses and maybe even adding more businesses, because the construction side is very, very sort of cash flow heavy, which I'm still a bit blown away about that post thing that we stopped. I promise that was completely random. It stopped on cash flow madness. It is like a roller coaster, the construction side. So the property side, it's monthly. We know what's coming in, what rent's coming in monthly, so we can plan for that. So that's kind of steady away. So we've got different types of businesses that all support each other. But yeah, it's not for the faint-hearted, this game, especially on the cash flow side. And you really have to be resourceful. And I think the key thing about me is, because I'm experienced, I've been here before and I've been in situations where the numbers have been bigger than this, is that I know that we can sort it. I never panic, and I know there's always a solution. And at the end of the day, what can you do? You can only do your best. You get up every morning and do your best. So yeah, an interesting day. Oh, and also that electrical job got sorted as well. The Electricity Northwest came out and sorted it, and they're not charging, they say anyway, because we've only nicked it and it's a quick repair. It's actually getting replaced because the new supplies are coming in. So hopefully all's well that ends well, but it's still raining. So that's it for this episode of Every Trade Behind the Build. And I've just found out we've pulled in another 7 grand. So we've only got a 7 grand hole in our cash flow. Started out at 48 this morning. That's good, actually. I'm pretty pleased. I'm a bit gutted because I thought I could pull it all in and show you how resourceful you can be. But really, it's not a bad position to be in, considering where we started out when I checked my phone this morning. But that's business. It really is a roller coaster. And with that little social media post there, that whole thing just feels right. And I hope that what we've tried to bring you today, it wasn't planned, honestly. This morning I did not intend to put this out. What we've showed you today is what it's like in business, and for those of you that are already in business, hopefully it will give you a little bit of reassurance knowing that you're not the only one that has cash flow issues. And if you're thinking about getting into business, it will show you that, yeah, this is what it's like at the coal face. And it doesn't matter whether you're turning over £10 million a year or 50 grand a year, everyone, it's all relative. But that's it. Come back on Sunday for a normal episode, just like this actually, of the whole business. We try and show you everything behind, warts and all, behind the build of this business. So click here to watch last week's video, click here and here to watch other really good videos you should have watched before, and click here to subscribe to the channel. See you on Sunday.